Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maryam, and today I am going to be doing my first ever roundup of favorite products and my not so favorite products. Some people call them favorites and disappointments, other people call them hits and misses, some call them yays or nays, but I've never done one before, so I don't really know what to call it. All I know is that I need just a little bit of wine to do this video. It's always been a policy of mine to not talk about things that I don't like on my channel, but a couple of weeks ago I posted a video of a whole bunch of my favorites, and I asked you guys if you want to see a tutorial or a roundup of my not so favorite products, and the response was like 100% yes. So I figured times are changing and I might as well just talk about some of the products that didn't work for me. At the same token, I still want to be positive and I want to give more of a constructive rather than critical type of review. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but
don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment down below, as well as check out some of my other videos. I'm gonna jump right into this. You ready?
Okay, so let's start with the positives. I have been raving about this Lauder Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation for some time now. I saw it for the first time being used by Mario. I can't say his last name, so I'm just gonna call him Makeup by Mario, Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. He used it on Kim at his masterclass, and Kim has a very different skin type than mine. Mine is very oily, Kim's is apparently dry, but it looked just so beautiful and so flawless on her that I had to have it. I can't stop using it. It is like my #1 favorite foundation at the current moment. It stays on all day, well, not all day, but a really long time. It wears beautifully, it's matte, it's pretty full coverage, covers all of my imperfections and then some. And then also it doesn't go on patchy, it just flows. It blends into my skin and it becomes one with my skin, which I really appreciate. The colors are also very complementary to my skin tone. So the one that I'm using right now is 3W1 Dusk. It's this one right here. I'm wearing it right now. I just love the way that it looks. Makes me feel good, makes me feel confident in my own skin. I also like to apply it with this brush from IT Cosmetics, which is by far my favorite brush for this foundation and for other foundations as well. This brush is called Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection #7 Conceal and All Over Brush. So this is exactly what Mario was using on Kim. I love this combination. Hi, Bowie. Bowie just came back from grandma's, so he's exploring the house as if it's his first time being here. Bowie, you gotta close the door behind you though. Can you do that for me? No, it's okay. You can let him be here. Okay. Just close the door so that it's, you know, not so echoey. You've seen me use this combo in many of my tutorials, and I am very pleased with the outcome. So you can safely assume that these are my current favorites. Moving right along to my not so favorite foundation and brush. Let's start with the brush. So this Sigma Duo Fiber F50 brush, I used this in my vampire tutorial, and I don't know, something about it is just very flimsy. It didn't do anything for me, like I had to work really, really hard, and so then I just decided to toss it and pick up my favorite brush to like finish up the work. Not a fan of this Sigma Duo Fiber F50. Let me know if you guys have tried it or if I'm doing anything wrong, if there's like a certain way to be using it. Maybe I shouldn't be using it with my foundation. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts on that. Now, when it comes to foundation, I am just not loving, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I am just not loving Fenty Beauty foundation. I know it's got a million shades. I like the colors. There's just something about this formula that doesn't sit right with me. I think if you have really flawless skin, it will work fine. But I don't have flawless skin. I have pores, I have freckles, I break out on the regular. So for me, this just wasn't enough coverage. Also, it dries way too quickly. And I tried it so many different ways. I tried applying this with the brush. I tried applying it with a sponge. I tried applying it with my fingers. I wore it for a month straight and it just was not laying right. I didn't like how patchy it was on me. I wasn't feeling it. I would honestly give it a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There are so many Fenty Beauty items that I do love, but this one, it's just not one of those items. Actually, I'm not the only one. There are a couple of people that I spoke to. Most of them love it, but there's a couple. There's a handful of like big YouTubers, big influencers that also weren't crazy about this foundation just because it dries too quickly. It's not as full coverage as some of us prefer, but I do like the longevity of this foundation. It does wear really well if you manage to put it on properly. So those are my 2 cents on that. I hope you guys don't murder me for this, but those are just my honest thoughts. And I have given a first impression on this foundation. You can watch it. I'll link it right here. Let me know what you think. On the positive side, there are so many things that I do love about Fenty Beauty, like I said, namely their Trophy Wife highlighter. I would say that Trophy Wife is probably my #1 highlighter launch of the year. There is just nothing more beautiful, nothing more sparkly, unique, and awesome than this. I am obsessed with this highlighter, and I really like all of Fenty's highlighters. They're all just really gorgeous, really, really pigmented, beautiful, beautiful highlighters. So the next thing that I am currently loving is my Erborian Pink Perfect Cream. I use this as a primer. Basically what it is a 4-in-1 primer. It's a blur, secret glow, skin refining cream with a hint of pink. And you've seen me use this in many of my videos. To me, this cream refines the pores better than any other primer out there. You see, even me putting this on my hand right here, it's just blurring it. It's making it look really soft and dewy, which is what I like. I really love the way that all foundation lays over this cream. Works with Laura Mercier. It even makes Fenty slide on a little bit better. So this is a favorite of mine. Erborian just has so many great products that I love. It's a new brand, but I feel like it's the one to watch. It's gonna be a big one. It's so unique, it's so different, it works, it does what it says, it makes your skin better, and I'm just obsessed. On the not so positive side, there is a primer that I've tried in the last month or so that I have not been loving. It was a no for me, and it would be this Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. This one just didn't do it for me, you guys. For some reason, when you apply this primer, it goes on sheer, but then once you start applying your foundation, it kind of just rolls off your skin like into little pellets, almost like your skin is coming off when you go to a Korean spa, if you know what I mean. There's like little particles. And that is just no bueno to me. That is just unacceptable. But I love so many Becca products, which is why it's a little bit surprising to me that this one just didn't hit the mark.
Oh man, I am getting mean. Don't get me to start talking about things I don't like. A whole other Maryam comes out.
Next product that I'm loving is this Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. This one is a very, very pigmented, very opaque, nice and brightening, perfect high coverage concealer. Girl, have some more wine. This concealer I use under my under eye to brighten, to cover, to lift, to radiate light, and I just love it. It's a really, 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 really great product. A little bit goes a long way. All you need is like a tiny little drop, like this much for both under eyes. It just goes on and on and on and on. You see what I'm saying? That's impressive. My current favorite setting powder is this Too Faced Peach Perfect. First of all, this smells and tastes amazing. I know because it's actually gotten in my mouth. I love how it sets. I love how velvety it feels. I actually really love the entire Peaches and Cream line from Too Faced. Everything is really top notch. There's really no complaints, and I still owe you guys a tutorial or some type of review of the whole line. I am really liking this Peach Perfect.
Mattifying loose setting powder infused with peach and sweet fig cream.
It just does its job, and I like it. I have been loving Victoria Beckham's line with Estee Lauder, namely these two favorites, the Duo eyeliner. Let me just show you. Need I say more? Do you want to see the nude side? They are just so inky, so pigmented. They glide on so easily. I love using it in the waterline to tightline my eyes for the smoky eye. I'm wearing it right now. It might even be my favorite black pencil liner ever. Yeah, I think it is. On the other hand, in the eyeliner, eye crayon category, I really was not obsessed with this Dose of Colors Ideal Crayon in the shade Compliment. Basically, it's this black.
Well, there's actually a lot of product in here. Hold on.
There's a lot of product, but I just didn't really appreciate the product. I felt like it was really, really dry. It was really hard to drag across your lid. This is the type of crayon that you would wear under your powder shadow to make it a little bit more smoky, a little bit more black. I used it in my cat tutorial for Halloween, and it just wasn't doing the job. It also ended up cracking and flaking after just a few minutes of wear, so this was not a favorite. And again, I love all of Dose of Colors products. There is really nothing that I haven't loved. I wouldn't recommend this one. It didn't work for me. Maybe I'm not doing something right. I don't know. Let me know if you've tried this. Let me know if you love it. Comment down below. But sadly, it didn't work for me. All right, so now I want to move on to some eyeshadow palettes that I've been loving and also not loving. What do you think I'm gonna say about this one? Am I loving it or am I not loving it, huh? Huh, Lorely? Come on, guys. You know I love this palette because it's bomb. Look how pretty it is. Look at these shades. I've done so many looks with this palette. Halloween looks, everyday looks, glam looks, and I can't stop wearing it. It's so pretty. Plus, my friend Laura created it, and I'm just so proud of her. She works so damn hard, and no one deserves this more than Laura. So let me swatch these babies for you because they are just magnificent. I love this palette. I love the colors. I love the way that it swatches. I love the way that it wears. There's very little fallout. You can check out my vampire tutorial using this palette. It just goes on really, really nice. It's super high quality. It's not that expensive. Plus, it's made by someone who really knows what she's talking about. So I am very impressed. And this is definitely on my favorites list. Moving right along to a palette that I'm not so crazy about, and I'm sad to say, but it is this MAC Prissy Princess palette. This color combo just doesn't do it for me. The shades are very, very cool, and they're all very similar, so there's not a lot of variety. There's like one pink shade and one pretty shimmery shade, but the rest of them are kind of just gray and a little bit mundane and just not very exciting. I also don't understand what this is. I'm not sure if this is a highlighter of some sort or just like another big shadow. Also, I don't find it very pigmented. It's kind of just very blah and a little bit of a snooze fest for me, sadly. Probably gonna put this in my donation pile, but then again, my best friend Liz likes these types of shades, so maybe she'll take it off my hands and put it to good use. I don't know, but for me, this is not my thing. On the other hand, I am really loving these two MAC lip glosses from the Taraji P Henson collaboration. I particularly enjoy this golden one. It's just super pretty. It's got a lot of coverage and a lot of sparkle. You can layer it over lipstick or you could wear it alone. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. And this gorgeous pink one is from the first collab with Taraji. It's insane. It's just so stunning. Great for any skin tone. I love it. And last but not least, in the lips category, I am currently loving these new liquid lipsticks by Pixi. I love these. They just came out with these liquid lipsticks at the end of the summer. Let me tell you, they hit the mark. The colors are really, really gorgeous. The formula is perfect. They don't feel super drying on the lips. They actually feel quite comfortable. They're non-transferable. They wear all day. The shades are beautiful. They're universal. And I just love them. I love them. The applicator actually is just a little bit too soft for me. Like, look how easily it bends. But that's such a small drawback considering how great this product is. All of the colors are beautiful. My two favorites are the Au Naturel and the Pastel Petal. I wear these two all the time. Everyone on Snapchat is always asking me what's on your lips. Way to go, Pixi. I hope you guys create more colors. All right, guys, so we've come to the end of the video. That is my roundup of my favorites and disappointments, of my yays and nays, of my hits and misses for the past couple of months or so. I hope this wasn't too offensive to anyone. I honestly just wanted to give you my true opinion. I wanted to talk about some of the things that I didn't really love because guess what? It happens. It happens all the time. There are tons of products that I don't mention just because I don't like them. But like I said before, the times are changing and I think it's important for us to talk about the things that don't necessarily work for us because maybe I'm not using them right, or maybe you have a completely different experience, or maybe you can learn from it, or maybe you could save your money by not getting it. So this is why I'm doing this video. I hope you learn from it and I hope you come to your own conclusion about everything that I mentioned. Let me know your thoughts down below. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of comments perhaps maybe some criticism. You know what? Maybe I should wrap it with this. Maybe I should talk about each one of these products and say one thing that could make them better. Yes, let's do that. So the Sigma Duo Fiber Brush. If the fibers were just a little bit more stiff, if they weren't like just so soft, maybe it would buff out the foundation a little bit better. Fenty Beauty Foundation. I love your color range. I love how long wearing this foundation is. I just don't love how quickly it dries. And I just feel like it's not very user-friendly. I wish it was a little bit softer, a little bit easier to use, perhaps with a little bit more pigment for some of us who don't have flawless skin. Rebecca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. I think it does mattify, but the fact that the product comes off in little pellets, it just means that it's not sticking to my skin. So there's something that the formula is missing that's making it cling onto the surface of my skin. So maybe if that could be fixed, this would be a good product. All right, Dose of Colors Ideal Crayon. You're just a little bit too dry for me. I don't like dragging my lids and pulling my skin on this very, very delicate, sensitive area. So if this crayon could be a little bit more soft, maybe there's something that could be tweaked in the formula so that it doesn't crack, then perhaps it would be a better product. And finally, Prissy Princess from MAC. This color range just didn't do it for me. I think maybe if I had blue eyes or if maybe I had fairer skin, maybe it would work for someone other than me. So really, it's not a criticism. This one just did not work for me. I just don't like this color combo. I think it's a little bit boring for my preference, but I'm sure there are tons of girls who would find this complimentary, who would find this beautiful, wearable, etc., etc. Those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you'd like to see me do these videos on a quarterly basis. I don't think I could do these monthly because I wouldn't be able to gather up that much product and actually develop an opinion on them. So I think quarterly would be nice. So comment down below, let me know if that's what you'd like to see me do, and I'll attempt it. I love you so much. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. I will see you in the next one, which will actually be a recreation of this makeup look. I'll see you guys later. Mwah! All night long, all night long, all night. Well, this is kind of awkward. I can't raise my hand because then my bracelet will slide down and it will ruin all the swatches. And if I put my hand down, then my sleeve will smudge them. What do I do? The only thing I can do is this. And drink.